Jenny here. Going out and running errands today. So even though I'm not 100% yet, I don't feel too bad. This cold hasn't taken me down like it did Wayne. So that's good. It's all pretty much just in the head. I only had the sore throat for that first day, 24 hours-ish. I had it for the first day. The second morning I kind of woke up with a sore throat, but then it went away and I've been fine. So now it's just a headache. It's all that sinus headache. So I have sinus pressure behind the eyes, a little bit of a runny nose. So just taking some, I'm taking some Tylenol sinus and headache pills, and those are working fine. So that's good. I'm glad I feel good. You know, don't have a fever, don't have stomach ache, all that good stuff. And I'm not really coughing. I started coughing a little bit yesterday. And that's kind of how my colds work, is that at the end of a cold, I cough. It's like, okay, it's near the end of the cold. I get a little bit of a tickle at the back of my throat, and I have to cough. But again, still better that way. I know Wayne had his a little bit in his lungs, and a couple times that he's coughed, he's kind of coughed up some phlegm. And he says, like, one of the guys at work, still he's on like his second week of this kind of cold, and same, it's in his lungs and all that. So not too bad. In any case, I have a Kohl's bill that's due, and I didn't get paid this month from YouTube, so I guess I didn't meet the minimum requirements for payout. So I need to go pay in person. I don't have enough in my checking account, so that's the way that goes. At least I had a little bit of money at home, so I'm like, okay, I can do this. I've got some cash. I can go pay a little bit. Seeing as I, bought a few items for Cassie before she left, things that she needed. So now it's time to pay, which is okay. Mom's taxes are ready, so I can pick those up and bring those home for her to sign, and then I'll have to take those back. She also needs me to pick up something at the store for her. And Cassie's last tax paperwork came in, and so I can drop that off at the same time. So that's good. There's a big birdie flying up there. Is that a hawk? Those are big wings. It's too cold for the herons to be here. They all needed to go away. Oh my gosh, that's an eagle. Oh, that was an eagle flying. Wow. I normally don't see those around here. Oh, that is so cool. I see them down a different way that I go when I go to the expressway, but I've never seen them on this road. Nice. Where we go? Made today special. Made me smile. Oh, cool. So, yeah. So running errands. Otherwise, I'm gonna rest. I've rested for the last 2 days. Don't have a video prepared for today to put up. So be it. I have a couple ideas. I was going to make one on what I've made in YouTube all of last year. I know I started writing down the details for that. I have to find them. I looked for them this morning just quickly before I had to leave, and I did not find them, so I will have to look again where I wrote down my numbers. Wasn't a whole heck of a lot, but again, you know what? It's something. It helps. Every little bit helps, and that's okay. And the most, I'm having fun. That's what it's all about. So I keep doing it. I enjoy it. Other than that, what else? Cassie's doing well. She I had that in the last video. She made it there. Her sister saw her the first day, which was awesome that they got together. They went out to eat. At least Cassie was feeling okay enough for that. So we got to talk the next day, the next morning. There's another one. Is that another eagle? That's another eagle. Oh my goodness gracious. I wonder what the heck. If those two are partners, they're going to look for each other. They're going to hook up. Huh. Well, I love that. I love that for me. I got to see that. Oh, okay. Distracted. I usually see hawks. I don't see eagles. That's That's something special. Anyways, so yeah, got to talk to Cassie the next day. Got to hear all the details of what she went through. So she did have her like Cliff Bar or whatever breakfast waiting for the plane in Minnesota. They left 45 minutes late from Milwaukee because they had to de-ice the planes. So again, fine, keep them safe. And she made it to Minnesota still, on time. On time enough. We planned for making sure that she had layovers in case something happened. If the planes are running a little bit late, you don't want to have that only an hour layover if possible. That you may need more time than that. So again, she had that. I think it was a 3-hour layover. So again, she had plenty of time then when she got to Minnesota and found her gate there, and it was real close by to where she landed. So yeah, she had her Cliff Bar snack, her breakfast, and that was fine. Got on that plane, and that was from Minnesota to Seoul. So she said about 4 hours in, they served them dinner, and they did have a choice of either chicken or pork. Thought maybe there was a third thing. She chose chicken, figuring that would be safe. She likes chicken. So a lot of people were having pork. So the chicken was okay. She ate most of the chicken, and then there was also rice that either had some type of a mustard seasoning on there, some other stuff. There was some salsa that had corn and beans and tomatoes, and she was kind of like, had a couple bites of that, a couple bites of the rice or whatever, and she just then had a stomachache, and her tummy was gurgling, and she didn't feel good, and she didn't really sleep before that. She was also kind of hot, cold. She was pretty much hot. But the guy sitting next to her was all like, oh, do you mind if I turn off your overhead fan because it's blowing on me or whatever? And Cassie was like, well, sure. And then he did, and then Cassie was like, oh, no, I'm hot. So she'd taken off her coat, but it was also kind of tight seating and not much leg room, and she goes, it's kind of hard to sleep sitting up for her. She couldn't really lay back or get comfy. So she did not really sleep. So there too would make for stomachache. She tried going to the bathroom once, and then it was just kind of goofy, even though it said like it was open. She couldn't get in. I was just like, okay, forget it. I don't want to embarrass myself. She sat down. She was, and then a little while later, like somebody came out of the bathroom. So she's like, well, okay, how did you not have it all the way locked, or is it not working, or what? But so she ended up, she was able to go to the bathroom. Felt a little better, but then So they came around about 4 times with drinks. So she had apple juice at one point, thinking, God, okay, well, that'll make her have to go to the bathroom. So she would make sure that she would get up and move around and go. But then after that, as they came by, she was like, oh, she was too full. She didn't feel good. She was like, no, not having it. But then she did have water, the last times they came around. They offered snacks at one point, and it was like some pizza calzone type of thing. So it was cheese, but also had rosemary on there. She was, I don't like rosemary. It was steaming hot. She opened it up. She was steaming up my glasses. But she took a bite of it, and like the whole pizza, all the cheese came out of it. She was like, well, that's okay. So she just had the bread. But again, a couple bites, that was enough. And then, again, a couple hours before they landed, because I think it was about a 14-hour plane ride. A couple hours before they landed, they offered breakfast. And it was either scrambled eggs and cheese or a hazelnut chocolate something pastry. And she was like, yeah, she's not into scrambled eggs or cheese. And so she went with the chocolate. And again, it was like, it was the hazelnut. It was like a Nutella. And she took a bite or two, and again, she just had a stomachache. She didn't feel good, so she was like, nope, not happening. And it also came with some fruit, I guess. There was some yogurt, some blueberries and Greek yogurt or something, and then there were a couple pieces of just cut up fruit. So she had the cut up fruit. And that was good. And she got off the plane. She made it through immigration just fine. They do a health check. They took her temperature. Got through that part fine. They'd given her the cards on the plane, so she didn't have to search out the cards that she'd had to fill out. So that was good. So yeah, got through the health part fine, and then went to the immigration part, and she's like, she didn't have anything to declare, so she could go in, whatever line for that. There were 4 different lines to choose from, type of thing. And with not declaring, there was like 2 lines for that or something. So she went in one of those, got through. They asked her for her passport. And then she had to put her index fingers in a fingerprint scanner thing, and she had to take her glasses off to do a face scan. And then they let her through. So then she found her luggage, and that went fine. And then she found the kiosk to get her SIM card for her phone. And her phone is new enough, she could do an electronic one. So she went, found the booth for that, talked to the lady, got what she needed, and she got a little gift bag from there, which was nice. So in there was the instructions for the SIM card, and then a face mask, and then the travel card. So that was nice. And then I figured, okay, why she got a travel card and had no money on it, but because you have to buy the travel card there, and that usually runs about $5 to $8. So that was very nice that she got that free. But she couldn't find the kiosk to put any money on it. In any case, then she was looking for the bus, and it took her a good half an hour or more to figure out the whole bus situation. So she was, she went outside, she was trying to find the buses, trying to find a bus kiosk, buy the ticket. There weren't any people around. I don't know if she found the booth and there wasn't a person or whatever, but then finally she sat down, watched another video or something, and figured out, okay, she had to go downstairs and then go outside. And she did that. She found the kiosks. She tried buying the ticket, and she wasn't finding the ticket she needed. And then there were a couple people that were behind her that needed to buy a ticket. Snowy roads and people parking on them. Makes it a little challenging driving. So then she left the kiosk. She was like, okay, you guys go ahead. And she said, okay, fine, maybe I'll just take the subway. And so she went to go try to find the subway, and she couldn't find the subway. She's like, okay. She found another bus ticket kiosk. And so she, spent time on there and figured out maybe what ticket she needed. And then she put her credit card in the wrong way, and then she couldn't back out of it and figure it out or whatever. She was like, okay, forget it. And then she went back outside or something, and then she saw somebody with a sash on. And she was like, okay, she went up to them. She was kind of holding up her phone. She said, oh, you need help? Buying a ticket? And Cassie was like, nay. I was like, oh, yes. So the woman nicely took her over to the bus ticketing kiosk and found Cassie a ticket, and then explained the way the whole ticket works and the way the bus works. How, you line up, and there's one driver and there's one person that does all the luggage part. And buses come every 5 minutes for all the different areas. So she knew what lane she needed to be in. So, but she wanted to wait. It was like a half an hour's time or something, or 20 minutes, because the lady was like, is that enough time for you to, to be able to get on the bus? And she was like, yep. So it was fine. She went over to that area and waited until it was about 5-10 minutes before, her bus, and then she went out there. She had a couple other people out there, and that was nice because she got to see how they did it, what they did with their suitcases, and explained it to the guy. So the guy kind of asked what area they were going to. There were 3 different compartments in the luggage area that then he put the suitcase depending on where your stop would be. And then when she got to her stop, they had mentioned, I guess the woman had told her she could take another bus, transfer. But at that point, she was in the city she needed to be anyway, so she was like, she looked up a taxi. And we didn't know, because she didn't have any money on her travel card, she didn't know if she could pay for a taxi, how that was going to work. But thank goodness, the universe worked it, that Mandy was pretty much finished with her school day with the students, and she was just in prep period. So she was able to read Discord and help us out. And so she told Cassie that, yeah, you can pay with this thing that's called Cacao Talk. I think that's how you pronounce it. I know they've already laughed at me once about the way I pronounced it, so hopefully that's right. But anyways, it's another chatting type service. I'm trying to think of what to compare it to. I don't know if it's not really a Twitter or whatever. It's like a messaging service, like texting. Just texting Korea. So Cassie was able to find that. So she had an hour bus ride. So she was able to find the taxi type service. She was able to get onto the, sign up for the Cacao Talk thing, whatever. And then she got, to her bus stop, got off, and then she put in for the taxi. And they're like, oh, we're finding you a taxi. It's right there. Well, the guy was right behind the bus. So again, good on him. Good on, the taxi drivers. They know. It's like, oh yeah, people are gonna need taxis coming off the bus, maybe. So she did. The guy was right there. She got her suitcases in. Showed him the hotel address or whatever. He got her to the hotel, Cassie got in there a little nervous about, okay, how do I say, I need to check in, but she just said it, I think either in English or I think the guy said to her, it's like, oh, you need to check in, and she was like, okay, good, they speak English, yes. And got to her room. She said the room was already warm. She gave us a little room tour. It's one of those where, too, when you go in the room, I think this is a European thing. I don't think America has this at all. But that when you go in, you have to put your hotel card into like a little box that then turns the lights on in the room. And so if you don't have your card in there, then the lights don't come on. So she has that. Nice room, nice bathroom, not a bath. She only had a shower. The shower looked nice though. But I was like, oh, bummer, can't take a bath. Your sister can't come over and take a bath by you. But that was nice. Nice bed. Windows open. Over there, too, they have floor heating. So the heat comes up from the floor. So she's like, my room is like 75 degrees. She couldn't find any way of monitoring it herself. And Wayne looked it up and he said, yeah, that's kind of a thing, it seems, in the hotels over there, is that you don't have individual controls. It just is what it is. And so Cassie opened a window, at least her window opened, so that was nice. So she could do that for a little bit, cool it off a little bit. And then she had a computer, and monitor provided for her and that there, so she can, was watching her YouTube videos and out there. But she used her own computer then. She had to do a Korean placement exam for if she could make it into the class that she needed. And she took that, and they did say, it's like, it'll be a tad tough. If you study hard, you'll make it fine. Otherwise, she should take the one lower than that. But she was like, she thinks that she'll be able to do it. They don't give you really the results and that. It's kind of like you just find out on registration day which class they put you into. And they did put her in the 300 level. So she was like, okay, then I can take the 300 level. I don't need to take the 200 level. So she was happy about that. And then yesterday was registration, and so she was able to, she got online, she registered for the classes that she wanted. She had a spreadsheet of classes that she was able to take, being an international student. And she, move my little handle there. She was able to sign up for the classes that she wanted. There was one that looked like it may have needed a pre-registration of something, so she took that class off and then signed up for a different one. And then I said, okay, well, so are you registered? Do you know you have those? And she said, well, the way it works is that registration closes out today at like 4 p.m. And so you just go in there and you register, and they have a listing of how many seats per class. So as you sign up for class, then it takes a number off of how many seats available. So you can't sign up for a class that has 0 seats. And that's how you know which classes are still available, of how many seats are available. So she should have the 4 classes that she wants. I believe 3 of them are taught in English, and then there'll be the Korean class. So I have to confirm with her with that. I don't remember if one of them was Korean or not. She was kind of unsure about one of the classes, and then she talked to her one other friend that's going to be coming there on Saturday. And she found the syllabus or the whatever and stuff that found out that, yes, that class will be taught in English. So Cassie was like, phew, okay, she's good. So yeah, so that'll be that. So then after she did registration yesterday, then she went out and found a park that she wandered around in, and she found a pastry shop. So she went and got herself some food that was going to be for lunch and dinner, and a couple drinks, and that was it. And then she looked around the park, which I saw on Instagram. She posted some pictures. She didn't post them in our family chat, silly goose, but she did post them on Instagram. So there were some bushes that were cut out into different animal shapes, and a wall that had, I think in tile, it had some different pictures in there. So very cute. It's very nice, again, that she got herself out and about. She's not just sitting, again, in the hotel room. Interesting that she kind of put in chat, she's like, oh, how humbling to be in another country, and even though I've, studied the language somewhat, I really feel lost. Like I can't, I can't read it, or I don't know where I am. So, interesting. Is, and then Wayne had said, it's like, yeah, both you girls, this is, much respect to you, of that you made this happen, that you wanted to do it. You're going there, you're going to a country where you don't speak the language, and you're making it happen and doing okay. So that's about it. Today and tomorrow, Cassie doesn't have much going on. She is still working through UWM. She was doing a research project with one of her previous professors here, and so the professor asked if she wanted to continue while she was over in Korea, and Cassie was like, sure, because it's just transcribing documents. But because they got grant money to do this, they also need to do a presentation. And so Cassie said, well, I'm not going to be there, but I can help with the presentation. So she will help with the information and put together like a poster type stuff. So she was going to work on that for these next 2 days to get kind of her part done or whatever, and submit the information so that the other gal she was working with and the professor can kind of help get it all figured out. So that's Cassie update. Mandy's doing okay. Yeah, the students, she's got obviously, again, her good days and not so good days. And I asked her yesterday at lunch, it was kind of like, how's it going? And she's like, kiddos just aren't having it today. Like, okay, sorry, hugs. But she also put a picture of pizza in Discord today. So if she went out last night with some friends, or if that was just herself that she went and got some good food. And I know for her this Saturday she has some training to do. Some training about her teaching position that she was supposed to have like when she first got there, but they were kind of expecting her in March anyways, and they weren't ready for her in January, so she didn't do this in January. So it wasn't ready for her or whatever. But I think it's going to be a teacher. It's over Zoom, and she said there's going to be like 90 slides. So whatever information they're all going to tell her. So that's Saturday, and then there's like a going away party for one of the teachers that evening. And Saturday is Cassie's dorm move-in. Like I said, and then the other friend Angela will be flying in, and hopefully she's in a different dorm than Cassie, but hopefully they'll either meet up and get together, go out for dinner or do something, and yeah, continue the adventure. So anyways, I am at the tax drop-off place, so that's my first stop. I said I have that with a couple other stops, but I will leave it here for now, and yeah, we'll see see what else I get done the next couple days. Although I think again, I'll be making about 4 stops here, and then I'm going to be pooped out, and I'll just want to rest when I get home. But I'll work on researching, like I said, a couple other videos that I have in mind. So I do have stuff to do. Anyways, I hope you guys are finding something that makes you smile. I hope you are healthy, staying well. Like I know a lot of people have been saying they have colds. A lot of people that I know, a lot of you guys have been commenting, you're all sick, the families are sick. So I hope that you are, staying healthy. Load up on that vitamin C. And again, yeah, just have some fun. Keep it positive and go make it a great day. Bye-bye.